Cho Yi-jae couldn't believe that his final reincarnation is in his mother's body. A memory crystal appears. Yi-jae always thought he knew his mother very well, but in the end, he discovered that he actually knew nothing. Yi-jae's mother was once a young girl, full of dreams. She got married and her husband died unexpectedly. She did not collapse, and she was always busy with her son, Cho Yi-jae. She used to work an office job and carry Yi-jae to the hospital when he was sick. Suddenly, she was terminated. As she aged, she worked in the factory, waited tables, and cleaned facilities. She fell sick one day. At the hospital, she called her son, and the news of her son's death devastated her and Jisoo. Because of Cho Yi-jae's suicide, his mother was forced to be interviewed by the police. She blamed herself and felt guilty, thinking it was her fault for not allowing her son to have a decent life. For the first time, Yi-jae understood what God of Death was referring to by reflecting the consequences of his suicide. The 11 painful death experiences cannot compare to the pain he had put on his mother. Yi-jae will live on in his mother's body as punishment. He takes the subway and does his mom's work and feels the pain from her knees. He saw his mother's bank book and remembered the savings his mother had given him since childhood. He saw memories of his mother visiting his morning hall every day after work to talk to him. The mother had always blamed herself. She does not want Yi-jae to be her son in the next life, but hopes that he can meet a better family and live a better life. Yi-jae could not hide his pain. He wanted to apologize to his mother and to be her son in his next life. Seeing that his mother was wearing the shoes he had gifted her, she decided to visit the place he was going to take his mom. His mom and his dad that passed away used to enjoy mountain climbing at Mount Onban. Yi-jae chose to go on this climb as his mom. However, due to her mother's lack of physical strength, climbing was relatively difficult. He made it to the top of the mountain, a wish his mom once told him. It was a promise he made to his mom. It got dark. Yi-jae is trying to head back down. He accidentally fell and injured his mom's leg. He crawled desperately and called for help. He can't let his mom die like this. He passed out from exhaustion. When he woke up, he had been taken to the hospital and his mom's life was saved. He once again felt his mother's eagerness to call him back to life in the morgue, just as his strong will to keep his mother alive now. Yi-jae continued to live as his mother for 32 years, longer than Yi-jae's life. He realized that living a life of fear is not a real life. Living in an opportunity is better. Until he came to his mother's body, he persisted until the last moment. He returned to the God of Death once again and asked the God of Death to give him another chance. He wanted one more chance to continue living as Cho Yi-jae. Death asked him why the change of mind. There's no more bullets. He just wanted to hug his mother one last time. The God of Death told him that he had completed the punishment, and the rest is for God's judgment. Then she pulled out a bullet and loaded the gun. When he fires it, it will neither grant his wish or not. Yi-jae pulls the trigger to the ultimate chance. We're back on the rooftop. A cell phone rings. Cho Yi-jae was standing on the rooftop again. He finally answered his mother's call, and the suicide note he wrote before drifted away in the wind. Thank you for watching.